So it's Mel here from UG Studios, and today I'm at the Australian Toy Hobby and Licensing Fair, and I am here with Jess Dunlop and Brendan Clark from Good Games. Thank you so much for stopping by our stand.
No, you're welcome.
And
It's always good fun.
having a look at the products. I'd love you both to tell us about your stores. So you're part of the Good Games group,
Yep.
which in Australia has over 30 stores.
Roughly about 30 stores, and then we've got 2 in the US.
And 2 in the US as well.
Yep.
And so where are your stores located that you look after?
I'm in Albury, so
Yep.
it's regional New South Wales, just on the border of Victoria.
Okay,
And I'm in Canberra.
in Canberra. And how long have you been working in game stores?
I've been with the company coming on 4 years now.
Okay.
I came in as a casual. I was first visiting the store as a teenager 8 years ago.
Yeah. Oh,
so I only
great.
got to join in four years in. So yeah, not too long yet.
So somewhere you like to go hang
It's good
out,
fun.
and you
yeah.
now
Yeah, spent many
managing-
years telling me we don't hire our customers, and then one day said, all right, we'll give you a chance.
You broke that mold.
Well, and now I manage his shop, so
yeah, that's
I'm pretty
brilliant.
lucky.
Well done. Oh, and what about you?
2 years in April, there was a store there that was no longer, so Good Games had moved in, and yeah, it's been going strong for the last 2 years.
Fantastic. So can you tell us a bit about the types of products that Good Games have, and
Sure.
and sort of what you're looking for at the fair as well?
Yeah, so I guess overall Good Games is a pretty big mix between almost 50-50 of what would say is organised play stuff, so trading
Yeah.
card games, role-playing and that kind of thing, things that we can directly do events with.
Yes.
And then the other half is the stuff we're seeing at Toy Fair today, which is our family games, our strategy games, our party games.
Yeah.
Anything to do with tabletop gaming is what we're into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With retail especially, any kind of board games, party games, even miniature gaming we do a lot of as well.
Okay. Yeah. So like figurines.
Yeah, the Warhammer
yeah,
40K and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. Is there anything you're seeing that's growing in your stores? I've spoken to a few people around the fair about puzzles and logic games, and they're finding quite a resurgence in that and growth in that area too. Is there anything you're finding?
It's massive. It's huge in our store.
Yeah.
And I find party games is always quite strong, but even the board games, the more intense board games, are actually becoming quite popular. As
Yeah,
people now want
They're
to
getting
play
out
them.
of sort of being a bit more niche.
It's
and-
much
and
more
into a
mainstream.
mainstream area. yeah.
We're seeing people come in looking for more of an entry-level game, which 20 years ago everyone would have said Monopoly is the only game we play as a family. Now they're more interested in things with a bit more strategy, a bit more development,
Yeah.
and just a wider range. So kind of across the board, the industry for us is doing really well.
Do you think there's anything feeding that in particular, or is it just a generation of people who've grown up with
I think it's a few
games
different
and-
things. I think weirdly enough, the internet is part of it.
Yeah.
I think while you might have, I would have thought as a kid, because I was into video games, that would have killed board games. Nowadays, you can so easily look up a board game and go, "That's interesting. I want to do it." Things like Kickstarter are huge.
Yeah.
Gloomhaven, which is one of the biggest titles in recent years, was just a Kickstarter baby. So the fact that anyone nowadays can kind of talk, stream. D&D's taking off with streaming, basically the fact it's so live in our pop culture and more accessible to everyone, they know it's out there now.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I mean, and I find that it's also now cool to
Yeah.
play games and everything like that. While a few years ago everyone was behind closed curtains doing it, it's actually now come quite popular.
I read somewhere that in a way social media has enabled people to really connect with other like-minded people.
Absolutely,
So it's a bit more acceptable, and when you're sharing what you like in gaming, there's other people out there reinforcing that, and so people are a lot more confident coming out and sort of
that's what
being
our
a bit
stores
geekier, I guess.
That's what our
Yeah,
stores
that's
are
it.
for, because people can actually come into the store and play games and actually sit down and try something with their friends, and then they see other games that are very similar and play.
So you're really creating a social space in store.
That's
for
exactly
people to
right.
spend time
For
as well.
both of our stores in particular, like Dungeons and Dragons, I get 60, 70 people a night for our event, and you get around about the same. And just the incredible array. It's kids, it's adults, it's men and women. It's not just like an all teenage boy thing or anything.
Yeah.
You're getting such a range of people coming in to play this game.
So how many campaigns are running when you've got 60 or 70
Oh gosh,
people
we
there?
probably, my store has about 9 tables running at a time, and then it's various drop in, drop out.
Yeah,
How about
that's
you come sit
great.
down with us, or
Yeah.
I'm new, what am I looking for? Well, we're doing pirates, come join us.
Oh,
It's pretty easy to
awesome.
drop in, drop out.
Okay. Okay.
Same with Aubrey, very drop in, drop out. But we also have winner board games. So we actually learn how to play a game that is a little bit more intricate to than if you just buy it, and then they can actually win the game at the end of it. So that actually gets a lot of board gamers in that didn't play before.
Yeah.
So we usually get around 20-25 in just per month for that event, just to learn a more intricate board game.
Wow, that's fantastic. So for people who are looking for a good game store, where are they located in Australia?
I'd like to say we're
all 30 locations.
Yeah, I'd like to say we're almost all over Australia. We're not quite there yet. Definitely along the east coast, so we've got plenty in New South Wales. We're in Melbourne today, and there's 3 or 4 in Victoria.
There's 3 in WA.
We've got the one in Adelaide, a couple in Queensland. The only place we haven't hit, there's some in Tasmania. The only place we haven't got to yet is the Northern Territory. Which I'm not sure if it's on the list, but I'm sure we'll get there.
You never know. I might be talking to you next year, and
we'll see. Yeah,
there's a new store in the Northern Territory. So I'm just interested because everybody here at the fair is so many different roles going on in the fair.
Absolutely,
we've had licensors, we've had buyers, we've had inventors through, and I like to say to them, what does your average day look like here at Toy Fair? How does it start and finish?
A lot of walking, a very early flight in this morning.
Shoes?
Yeah, that's it.
You flew in this morning?
I flew in from Canberra, just came in last night.
Okay, all right.
So let me see, getting up at 4:30, walking around with my phone to realise what I need in the shop, and then walking up to everyone and going, what's new? And that's always the most interesting question, is what's new? And I mean, just standing in this booth at the moment, what's behind us, funny enough, not a plug, but Dumb Criminals I'm excited for, because last year we found Stupid Deaths here at Toy Fair, and with the unique shape of the box and everything, we went, that's a cool idea, and or maybe it was the year before, it's been a bit, absolutely took off for us. So knowing that something similar has done the same thing, a cool looking box, what's new? That's what I want to know, because I want to know when in 6 months I want a bunch of this game.
I also like just the quick spiel. So then if I buy 6 to 10 of these, I then can give them a rundown to my casuals and my staff members. Then they will be able to sell it a lot more easier. So
you're taking what we're saying.
We've got our sales
really
pitch ready.
It's helping you.
Yes.
We're not sort of.
Exactly.
No.
Not at all.
Good.
No,
you're using that.
I mean, if I will try and play it and it looks amazing, but if I don't play it, now I know the rundown how to teach someone how to play it and everything like that, and show my stuff.
And we have stacks of information as well that we can send you after the fair with extra sales points too. So we're always wanting to help our customers.
For me, I'm also discovering those resources with some people I didn't know we had. Last year I discovered one of our main suppliers had a fantastic new website they hadn't actually introduced me to yet. So well, that's fantastic. Some better than others, but certainly getting to know what resources are available or what programs for organised play and that kind of thing. It's very useful to come to Toy Fair and talk about that kind of stuff.
Fantastic. Now, before we just finish up, we're asking everyone this question.
The hard one.
Well, hopefully it's not too hard, but we're all here, all in the toy and games industry. So, what was your favourite game as a child?
Oh gosh. As I said, as a child, I was much more video games. I think maybe, I guess my fondest memories is learning a game. I learnt as Frustration, which is a card game, which nowadays I know by phase 10 is how I sell it. But basically, just quite a nice card game I learnt with my grandparents. So every time we did family trips or camping, that was the game. And the fond memories led right up to the point I made my aunt swear at me and tell me to get out because I played a little bit too, I don't know, cunningly, giving someone else the win so she couldn't win. I don't know. But Frustration phase 10, that was a good one as a kid.
Categories.
Game.
I even now have a lot of it in store that sells, and I can sell it very quickly because it's just such a fun game. I remember all of us sitting there and my 4 older brothers always beating me because they're smarter than me because they're older, and it was just really, really fun. Group of people together.
If you ask me nowadays, the list is a lot longer.
Of course. Of course. I won't
just not enough time to play it.
I won't ask you what your favourite game is now because I know it's probably like naming one of your children. So
yeah, a little bit.
Well, thank you so much, Brendan and Jess. Really appreciate you being part of our UG Studios, and I hope you both have a fantastic fair.
Thank you.
Thank you.